Hi there everyone, my name's Kathy. I have made several attempts to try to go live this morning, but for whatever reason my signal isn't strong enough, so I'm going to video this and then I will post it so that you can see what I've done. I am a Seint 3D makeup artist, and today we're going to use the Fab 4. And the Fab 4 is your beginning palette. And so we're going to build the palette while I use it. For information, this is Sunday afternoon, almost afternoon. My husband and I just attended church online, and now I'm getting ready to put my face on just so that I have a little bit of color for the day. I'm not going anywhere. This is what I would consider a minimal makeup look for those of you that maybe don't wear much makeup. This is the perfect look for you. For those of you who are like me, who normally do wear makeup, but maybe you're just not going anywhere, this is another great look for you. Excuse me, I'm going to share with you how I do my face using 4 colors. For reference, I already did my eyebrows. I did those off camera. I've done multiple videos on that. If you have any questions, please share those. As I've gotten older, my brows have really thinned out to the point where there are areas that I just don't have hair. I use the brow wax from Seint and one of our eyeshadows to put my eyebrows on. And if I come close, you're gonna, if I were standing right next to you, you might be able to tell. But most people have no idea that I don't have a lot of brows. I am not throwing out the idea that at some point I might need to have microblading done just because they continue to get more and more sparse. But whatever. I also tightlined my eye. I always tightline as opposed to doing an eyeliner on top of the lid. My hands are too shaky. I don't get the line thin enough. I get it thicker and then it's just not the look I want. Tightlining works for me. I have a very simple 2-color eyeshadow look, which is basic, and that serves my purpose today. It's great. Now, if you are not familiar with Seint, Seint is really a viral cream makeup sensation that went just skyrocketed over the past few years on social media. I didn't know that when I saw videos of it. I didn't know that it was a viral makeup. I just knew that what they were saying made sense, especially for people like me with mature skin. We start with an empty palette. This is a magnet here. I'm going to try to cover up the mirror. This is a magnet here. All of our makeup fits in this little palette, and they stay put because they're in metal tins, and this is a magnet. Grabs the product, and we start out with what you would normally use as concealer. Now, for us, this is a highlight. In other words, it is a foundation, something that we would use. But because it's a brightening highlight, normally this is the one we're going to use underneath the eye. I'm going to take my brush. You can either do this with your finger, or you can do this with a different brush that's a little bit more pointed and designated. I'm just using my big 3D brush. Today is brush washing Sunday. As soon as I get done with this video, I'm going to go and wash all of my brushes. Now, I'm going to take my palette, and that was my brightening highlight, and I'm going to snap that in, and you see how it just stays right in there. Let's talk about the brightening highlight placement. What makes Seint different from anything else that you've used? Normally you put one color all over your face. With Seint, we build highs and lows, shadows and brightness throughout your face. So we want brightness in the center of our face. We want to lighten the areas around the eye without looking like a raccoon. I bring the brightening down here on the Cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin. I also do a little bit here on the marionette lines. As I'm older, those are starting to make more of an appearance. Now I'm going to go into my main shade of highlight. Again, this is another highlight just a little bit deeper color. This is the one that matches my skin tone the most. I'm going to flip to the other end of the brush, and I'm simply tapping it in, and I'm tapping it where I want it to go on my face. Now, if you're watching videos of other people applying product, you may see that they are applying it with dots and stripes. That works too. I have now been wearing Seint for a year, and I know where my placement needs to be. I feel very comfortable just going to the tin and picking my product out. I'm sliding in the next one. Now, the next color we're going to use is what we call contour. If you're like me, I've never used contour before. This was the first, and I didn't think I'd know how to use contour, so it wasn't a color that I was terribly excited about. But now that I've seen it and I see how it creates shadows on my face and how it allows me to sculpt areas that I want to sculpt, make other areas recede, makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to put a lot. Normally I would do my chin, but since I'm wearing a scarf around my neck, I've decided I'm not going to do that. Now I am going to use my finger right here on my nose because I like to sculpt out my nose. Now, I do that not because my nose is crooked, but because I know that it's going to allow that brightening shade right here that I put down the center of my face, bring more attention to the center of my face. All right, I'm taking my setting spray. Because you have a cream foundation, you do want to set it with a setting spray, and I'm going to pick up that setting spray with my brush. And now I am going to start, you can start anywhere. I normally start on my chin, and notice the tapping movements that I'm doing on my face. I am not swiping. Look how easy my skin moves. I don't want that. At my age, I don't want to do a lot of tugging and pulling on my skin. I simply want that product to mold into my complexion without moving it all over. Now, if you see me look to my right every now and then, it's because I have my makeup mirror there, my 10X, and when I don't have my glasses on, I might have a hard time seeing. And I want to make sure that I'm blended, because I don't think I want to, all I'm doing is taking the trash out today, but I don't think I want to do the trash without the risk of bumping into somebody and having a big streak on my face. Now I'm going to soften that line on my nose, still leaving the product where it is. Do you see that? And you do not see that other line that I put there on either side of my nose. That is my product blended. Now, one more final thing. Need a little bit of blush. We're going to use lip and cheek, so put some on our lips. We will also put some on our cheeks. And this happens to be black cherry, and I know it looks very scary. This is one of my all-time favorites. Rarely does this make it out of my palette because it's a great mixer color too. A little bit on my lip, and then again, pouncing movements. I placed it where I wanted it. Pull my bangs down a little bit so that I don't quite look like I've tucked them all away. Looks like maybe I took a little bit more liberty with my eyes than I wanted to. I'm going to end up by putting a little bit of mascara on. Now I've already set my makeup by putting the setting spray on the brush before I blended. And you saw how easy it blended. It blended butter. And I'm not sure if you saw when you looked at my tins, but they looked really pretty. They looked like they were brand new. I melted my tins down the other day because I was starting to get product that was going into the corners of my palette. So I melted them down. When you do that, your palette looks brand new again, but the contour color has a different consistency. So it is going to feel very stiff and hard. So you had to push a little bit. I had to push a little bit harder so that I could get through that. Now, I do one more step, and that is to powder. And the reason I do that is because I don't like to look like a glazed donut. I think it minimizes my pores to add a little bit of powder through the T-zone area, and that's it. All right, so there, that's the Fab 4. Could call it the Fab 5 if you want to add the brush. This is my favorite. If I had to choose one brush and couldn't choose any more, it would be the 3D brush, because it just can do everything. As you saw, I did my blush. I did absolutely everything on my face. So in my mind, this is the best. And these are my 4 minimal colors. And if you are new to cream makeup and you think, I really think I want to give it a shot, I will put links in the description for you to either go there and I will send you the forms, or you can also text the word match to 574-777-7085, and I will also send you those. And you just fill out the forms, send me a picture. Within 24 hours, I'll have what I consider are your colors back to you. You go to the website, you place the order. I'm here if you need me, but you'll be able to actually achieve this. Once you order your product, I send you a couple more, either text or through email, diagrams so that you know where the product needs to go. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee where you can exchange if the colors aren't correct, or you can get your money back. And it's a way to try the product without worrying whether or not it's going to work for you. I believe that this product, even though it wasn't made for mature skin, is probably our best friend, because it does not settle in the lines and wrinkles. You would be able to see later on in the day, up close and personal, this will not crease. Why? Because I have very little product underneath my eye. I have product out here and on the inner part, and when I blended, the only thing that got underneath my eye is what was already on the brush. Minimal product was placed underneath there, but you still get the brightening effect. It's great, and I think you're gonna love it. I hope I've piqued your interest. I hope you'd love to start with the Fab 4. If this is the first time following me or seeing one of my videos, please like, comment, and share. I would love to be your artist and would love to get you started on a journey to beautiful skin with Seint. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.